Hi everyone, it's Pam here from Shabby Vintage Dreams. I am coming to you with another project share. I just finished this beautiful, I guess it's kind of like a jewelry case. Um, I have discovered that when I finish a project, I should just video and share it with you then because um, I tend to get busy on other things and then I forget to video it and put it up on YouTube. So please excuse my messy desk. I am right in the middle of crafting, but I really love the way this one turned out, so I wanted to share it with you while it was fresh in my mind. Yeah, so this is a beautiful travel box, jewelry box that I purchased from one of the shops here. And it was quite beautiful by itself, but I decided that of course I could give it a facelift and make it even much prettier, so that's what I decided to do. This entire thing is covered with things I already had in my stash. I don't think I had to buy anything um, to finish this. So again, this was another way I used my snippets and things I had left over. Great way to finish them off. This will be likely a Christmas gift, so I wanted to share what I did. I purchased the box and then I just started slowly covering it in lace. I started with the lid and tip it like this so you can see the top of the box. I covered the handle. The handle was in a plain brown kind of faux leather looking thing, and I didn't like the way the brown looked at all, so I covered that in lace. Actually, you could probably tell a few layers of lace. And then I put down a lace, couple of different laces as a background, and I started layering it up. So I added a pink dyed wedding applique here. I cut bits and pieces of doilies and bling. I had this little bit that I purchased from, oh, I can't remember, one of my online friends. I purchased this from her store. Um, you know, different bits that I've had in my stash and little jewel trinkets, little bird nest here, over here, more bling, more of the applique that shows here. This, I believe, came from Debbie Ramey. I think I purchased this from her. And just more little pieces of lace I just glued everywhere. And I found this really pretty pink cameo. Glued a, oh gosh, I've got to dissolve these hot glue strings that you find. A real pretty little lace, or rather a acrylic flower here that I added on top of the cameo, and just different bits and little pieces of things that I found, and I just layered them up on top of the lid. It turned out really, really beautiful. So I hope you can see the detail there. On the side, I actually had a piece that came over the edge, and I decided just to let that hang because that just looks so pretty dangling there by itself. So there's that. I put lace all around the top edge of the box, and then on the front of the box here I put a beautiful applique that I purchased from Crafty Devotion. Hi, Liz. And that just fit beautifully here on top. And then, of course, I took my stickles and did some outlining of the birds and on the outside of the box. I also added some of the little acrylic flowers here on top of this portion, so it gives that a little dimension. But the stickles really, I think, made a nice, you know, that little addition there to the detail. And then there were some pearls and stuff hanging off this piece, so I just left those there. Yeah, and around the back, you can see I just continued the lace all the way around the back. Did some stickles on the back. Added a few more of the acrylic flowers here for detail on the back. And then more stickles and back around to the front. So I did something a little bit different. I never done this on the inside of a box before. But when you open up the box, you can see it immediately displays a really pretty dangle inside. I attached the dangle to the top of the lid so that when you open it, the little dangle hangs. Let me see if I can adjust that a little bit. The dangle hangs, and you can see that it's a really pretty clock with some pieces hanging off of that. So it dangles there in front of the mirror. I also I went ahead and shabbied up the inside here. I added some, let me just move this out of the way here. I added some lace around the inside mirror and some trim. I added a little bird cage with a bird here, some little bling pieces, a really pretty lace applique. This is from Annie, MS Garden Grove 1. This is one of her pieces. And some bell braid around the inside just to cover some of the out, you know, give it kind of frame it more. Yeah, so I love the way that turned out with the bell braid around the edges. It just really turned out kind of pretty. And then this little piece that dangles, I love that in front of the mirror, the clock. I think that was a really nice detail. In the rest of the box, this has a little lift out tray. And so, of course, I had to give this a little bit of work too. I did this little braided trim around the whole edge of the tray. And then inside the tray, of course, you can put jewelry or trinkets, craft supplies, whatever you want in here. But I had to add a little bit of detail inside, so I did stickle the bird, and I put a couple of little flat, tiny little bridal appliques here, just to give that a little bit of interest. And then on this side, I didn't do too much either because, you know, I wanted it to be pretty plain. So whoever, you know, you could put whatever you wanted in here and it wouldn't interfere with that. So on this side, I glued some more of the little acrylic flowers in the bottom with a little bit of stickles. And then here, same thing, I did stickles, and over here you can see there's a little glitter bird that's sitting there. Yeah, so that's that tray. I wanted to do something around this edge, and then I realized if you do, it won't fit in the box. So had to leave that outside edge alone on the tray. And then in the bottom of the box, it's got 3 more partitions. And then you can see, I hope you can see down in here, I hope my light is good enough. Down in here you can see I put a little, let me see if I can, a little pink doily with a bling down in the bottom corner there. That's all I put in there, except I did put a little outline of stickle, a little bit of stickles in there. You can see that. And then in the center, I put the little tiny Eiffel Tower with a pearl on top in the corner, and the rest of that is stickles around the bird. And then on this side, again, I just put stickles there. I don't think there's anything else down in there. And I left those pretty plain, so hopefully you can see inside there. Yeah, so it turned out really pretty. And like I said, this will likely be a Christmas gift for someone special on my Christmas list this year. So yeah, so then this tray just sits right back in here. And the great thing about this is when you close the lid on the box, the little hanging piece just lays down in the tray. No problem, no muss, no fuss. And then this goes back down and closes right back up. So it's kind of a nice surprise inside the box. But I hope you like the way it turned out. I thought it really turned out nicely. And it was a lot of fun because I just started working on it. And as I was working on it, the project, of course, just grew and grew. And, you know, you see something that needs a little bit of attention, you put that on, and next thing you know, you've got a whole nother idea going. But I really had a great time making this box, and I hope you'll like it. I hope you'll give the video a thumbs up, share it with a friend. And if you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as a subscriber on my channel. I'll be doing some more videos soon because a lot of holiday crafting is going on for me right now. and I'm starting to gear up with a lot of these things so I can get them mailed out the first part of December to my family and friends. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.